Hello, I'm Kenny Carroll, driver of the number 94 factory stock at Lucas Oil Speedway. We had a real good weekend on the opening night of Lucas Oil Speedway last Friday night. We won our heat, got third in the feature. Johnny Coates won the race. Mark Simon got second. Everything went real well that night for the first night out. A lot of people were having trouble with the new clay surface. We had been to practice twice during the week. Maybe we were just a little better prepared. I don't know, but everything went really well for us. A lot of the normal heavy hitters had a lot of trouble. So we tried to do our best we could to capitalize on that. We finished third. Saturday, came back the next day. It's a beautiful day. Everything went good. The track was a little bit better yet. Our main problem was the track was really hooked up Friday night, and nobody was really able to make those adjustments fast enough to make that work for them. Saturday was the big MLRA late model special as well, and they had the track pretty well burned up. So things went a little bit more what we were used to. We won our heat race again, put us starting on the pole, and we led the entire race. It was a 25 lap special, added money night, and we won the race. It was a very, very intense race. We had like 2 or 3 cautions right off the get-go, and pretty well ran 23 laps caution free. That makes for lap traffic being in the way. A lot of things came into play, and we just lucked out, oftentimes by just inches. It was a really, really, really tight race, and a lot of people over there were really happy with it. Said it's probably about the best race of the year. I think we showed up the late models just a little bit, but it went real well. When this is going on, it's kind of a letdown. Everything's going really good in your mind and your car, and everything's lined out. And the first corner is always the spookiest. You never know what's going to happen, so it's kind of a breath of fresh air when you get to the first corner. Then to have a caution flag, that's the worst time to have a caution. I hate them on the opening lap. That's always the worst one. This restart here, I actually jumped Simon just a little bit and got out on him a little bit, and of course we had another caution. Honestly, over there, we hardly ever have cautions. We run a lot of long, several lap races without any cautions. All our cars all stay so nice, and we have really good drivers. This is our final restart here. Everything's going really good. I was tucked in behind Simon. Johnny Coates in a home-built car. That's what I was told. He showed up ready to race. He was able to handle the hooked-up conditions, stuck it to the bottom, and he got around me. And then he didn't take him very long, and he got around Mark Simon as well. He obviously had his stuff together this year. He's raced Lucas several years. I've raced with him. He's always done well. Newcomer to Lucas Oil Speedway that's planning on running the full season is also Steve Beach from the Osage Beach, Eldon area. I think he's got several track wins and maybe even a championship or 2 over in California and Lake Ozark Speedway when it was running. He plans to run here all night, or all year. He had a real good show Friday night. All right. Normal Lucas Oil standout. Burl Woods showed up, and I think he had his stuff a little too ready for slick like we're used to. He had trouble keeping his car tame. And he ended up the night, I don't think quite where he wanted to. I think he spent the weekend at the track. He actually had several pictures of him and his daughter fishing there at the Lucas Oil Speedway Lake, or Lake Lucas, I think they call it. And they actually had a picture of a pretty good couple 3-pound bass, I believe. So there's just one of the many things to do at Lucas Oil Speedway. You can go fishing. Chip Shattuck. He won a race last year. He's a local from there, close to Wheatland. He had a real good run. I believe he ended up making top 5 as well. It's also a Jock Franklin Motorsports chassis. I think it was one of the very first cars that Jock's ever built. One of the nice things about the Lucas Oil facility is the scoreboard. We all have transponders in our cars, so it shows lap times every lap, and that is really, really neat deal. Everybody gets to see them. They're put on display on the scoreboard, and the scoreboard is actually run by our transponders. So the accuracy here, there's no scuttlebutt about somebody being slow on the switch or slow on the timer. Because everything here is very, very top notch, and there's all the stuff like that is cut out. It's right on. They had several new improvements to the speedway this year. They grassed the entire infield and concreted where we can drive around in there and it's not muddy and dusty. I think they saved room for the derby and for the truck pulls, but they made the interior really, really nice, and the concrete apron all the way around the whole bottom now, so there's no mud to be sliming around in on the very, very bottom. Once we kind of get out from the pack here, we ran probably the last, I want to say 10 to 12, 13 laps, really quite uneventful. It was just hang on and throttle down. They actually had, a big quarter to a half straightaway on me before they got into lap traffic. I did see that I closed on Simon just a bit towards the end, but it was just lap traffic holding him up. There wasn't nothing I was going to be able to do about it. For the first night back, the car handled it much better than the driver. I was really, really wore out, really tired. You forget how sore you get. You forget what muscles you use. It was a good night, but I definitely had some rust I had to get cleaned off.